Hey guys, welcome to Complete Web Application Step-by-Step tutorial. I'm Ripon Datta. This is module 10. In this module, I'm going to complete the shopping cart, but I started the shopping cart in the previous module, which is module 9. So, let's get started. In the previous module, I have shown you how to add the item into the shopping cart, but you might notice that I'm adding same item but it is added in a different line, in a separate line. So that means if I want to add one more item, t-shirt, you will see this is added in a separate line. So how can I solve it? So if you want to solve it, first go to the application, then in the cart class, in the add item, so cart line equal line collection where p dot product id. We have to compare with product id, not product, because these are objects. So and these objects are created in a separate references. That's why we cannot match the product using equal operator. So in this case we can match the object using product id. Now let's run the project again and see. Okay, so add item t-shirt, continue shopping, men's, continue shopping. Let's add t-shirt again. Yep, the problem is solved. Quantity 2, price and subtotal. Okay, all right. So first of all I want to create a folder in the web UI which is called binders. Basically I'm going to add a binders for the application, which is basically a model binder. So cart model binder, which will implement I model binder. So I have to add namespace web dot model binding. Then we can implement bind model. In this project basically I'm going to add the model binder, which is basically MVC model binder. So MVC model binder, not web binder. So I want to implement MVC model binder. Okay, first of all I want to create a constraint string called session key, which is basically cart. Okay, then cart object equal, initially let's say null, if controller context dot http context dot session or server session equal null, not null. So then what? Then cart equal controller context http context dot session, which is session key, and we need to cast it as cart. Okay, if cart equal null, then what? Then cart equal new cart. Now if controller context http context session not equal null, then controller context http context session key equal cart. Okay, basically in this case we are checking that if we have any session with the session key, then we can get to it card and we can return it as card. So basically then finally we need to return the card, and if we don't have any card, it means card equal null, then we need to create a new card. Then we will store the card into the session. Now go to the global as x file, then add model binders dot binders, and what add, first one is the type, that means type of card. So we need to add the namespace for using statement for card. Then second parameter is card model binder. So in this case we can add as a new card model binder. Okay, now go to the card controller. So we will get card through the controller. So in this case we don't need to add any card. We don't need to get the card from the session here, because we'll get the card through the controller. Similarly, card in the add to card, then whenever we need, we can add the card. Alright, add item. Okay, then what, in the remove from card. Okay, so what else? Basically we don't need this method, this helper method anymore, because we will get the card through the controller, through the model binder. Now let's go to the card index view. Then in this case you can add a style. So I wanna add a card table. In the card table I wanna add vertical align middle. So the table ID is card table. Okay, then I want to put a remove button, which I want to put here. So this is basically a card controller, remove from card. So we have the product ID and the return URL. Okay. Now let's run the application and let's see. Okay, we have to go to the home. Okay, so add to card. Wow, the remove button is added. Then continue shopping, add another item. All right, now remove the button. I mean remove the item. So remove. Oops, it is not working. Why? Let's see. Add another one. Then remove. Wow. So go to the source code. Um, Basically remove from card. So card controller, remove from card. Then what? We have the card, product ID, and so on. And if we have the product, that means product is not null. Then card remove line. Okay. Now go to the remove line. So go to the implementation. In the remove line product, we are getting product line collection, remove all p dot product id equal product dot product id. So because of the product and the another product, same product but different reference cannot be same, I mean cannot be equal. So in this case, because these are object type, so we have to compare it with the id. Now let's run again. Okay, so add to cart, continue shopping, add another one. Now remove. Yes, it is removed. Remove. Wow, it's not working. Okay, now let's check. Add twice. Oh, it is also working. Remove. Yes. So our cart is now working. Now I want to add a summary button uh, for the cart in the menu item or in this header bar. So what we have to do is we have to create a partial view. So let's go to the source code, then go to the cart controller, then create an action which is partial view result summary, and we have a cart in our controller, so it will return view with cart. Okay, then right click, add view, give the view name as action name summary, it's empty, and what, and we have to have the card controller, a card model. So which is the card, then add. In the cart, basically I want to have this code, which is basically a division with a link which is checkout, and it will hit the index action from the cart controller. It will take return URL, and it will have some CSS classes. Okay, then there will have navbar right in the right before of this, the summary of the cart, which is basically compute total value and sum of the items. Okay, then go to the layout view. In the layout view, I have to render the summary partial view. Okay, now let's run the application. Control F5 and let's see. Oops, there's an error. What is the error? Go to the partial view. View cannot convert expression into the partial view result because we have to make it partial view. Now I think it's okay. Run the application again. Alright, so as you can see that you have your card is 0 item and $0, and there's checkout button. So first add to cart one item, you can see summary in total. So let's say another one. So this is, now you can even add checkout, but we didn't. Okay, so now let's try another one. 3 item. Okay, alright, now we need to create the class for shipping details. So go to the domain object, then the entities, add a class called shipping details. Okay, so the class is shipping details, and I need to add data annotations. Okay, alright, so if you don't have any idea about the data annotations, you have to look at the internet, or I have the tutorial for data annotations, so look at my archive in the YouTube videos. What else? This is for this one, this is for this one, and I don't need this. Alright, okay, then what? Then go to the cart index, which is there, cart index. In the cart index there is a menu for continue shopping. Now I need to add another button for what? For the checkout. So this is the button for checkout. Oops, what happened? Alright, Now we have to create this checkout action. That's why there is an error, but we have to create this checkout action. First of all, I want to run the application again. Then let's see the checkout button is there or not. So then we can go for code for the checkout button. Okay, add to item. Alright, as you notice that there is checkout now. Continue shopping, add to item, 73.99, 73.99. So this is our checkout, and this is also, checkout now. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to go to the cart controller and we have to create another action which is checkout, which is view result checkout. It will return view with new shipping details. Okay, so I have to add using a statement for shipping details. No, this error is because we don't have the checkout view right now. So let's create the checkout view. Right click, add view. The view name is basically checkout empty, and our model is shipping details. Okay, add. Okay, then I just paste the code from my I mean solved application which I have done for the testing purpose. So you can check out this source code. I will give you a link for the complete source code. After completion of this tutorial, I will upload the whole source code in somewhere, so I'll be giving you the link so you can download the source code from the website. Okay, so this is our basically checkout view. At this point, let's run the application. Now let's see the checkout form. So this is our checkout form. So name, address, country and other things. Okay, and complete order. So okay, so at this point you can see there are a lot of text box, so we can do it like this way, or we can even change it using dynamic properties. So what we have to do is we have to just use the model metadata. So now run the application again and you will see the same output. Okay, but if you don't want to use this, you can stick with the previous source code, I mean using the text box. Now I want to add a abstract class or interface for order processor. So let's say I order processor. Oops. And make the class as, I mean interface as public. So what else we need to add? We need to add the namespace for card. Okay. Okay. Then I wanna implement it in different way. For example, in this case, I want to implement it as email order processor. So email order processor, but you can implement in other processor as well. That's why I make this uh, processor using interface, so you can implement in different processor. So what can I do? I have a class, so I need to add the namespace using namespace for okay. So what happened? Oops. All right, so this is basically um email. Oops. Oops. Okay, and this is all right. What else? So we have to create a class for email setting. Okay, so we have to create this email setting class. So go to the concrete, then add a class. Oops, which is email settings. Make it public. Alright, so this is my email setting class. So in my case, I'm using my email address. But in your case, you have to set your email address, mail to address, mail from address, and username. In this case, I'm also using my email address as my username. But in this case, basically, the password will be your Gmail password. If you are using the Gmail, in that case, it will be your Gmail password. So I'm not putting the password in front of you, I will be putting password in behind you. So make sure you have to use your own password and own username. Okay, and server name, this is okay smtp.gmail.com, and server port 587. Okay, so what about the email process order? I need to add the using statement for network credential. Okay, this is basically adding the product into your message. Then finally it will send smtp client.send. smtp client is basically a smtp client, you know smtp client class. Alright, so our email process is almost ready. Now let's go to the our Ninject web common, and we have to inject the what inject the oops, I order processor, I mean email order process to the I order processor. And basically we don't need this extra thing. Okay, then go to the card controller, and in the constructor add another I order processor, let's say PROC, and I need to add the private I order processor add as a order processor. Okay, so order processor equal processor. Now I need to change this checkout button, checkout action. Oops. Alright, so this is HTTP post method, and okay, so if there is no any line in the card, then it will just show you an error message in the model as a model error. Otherwise it will just uh, process the I mean process the card. Okay, now let's go to the checkout view. Go to the view, and before the view I can add the summary, validation summary. Now let's run the application and let's see. First go to the our home view or home page, then select some items, then we will process the order. So add to item, add to cart, continue shopping, add to cart, checkout now. Oops, checkout is not working well. Alright, so go to the cart controller and remove the HTTP post. Okay, then let's run again. Okay, so if you think this module is very hard for you, so you can skip this module and you can go forward to the next module. This is basically for the cart controller, I mean for the shopping cart. So without shopping cart you can manage your you can develop your applications, so you don't have to be worried about this. So check out now. Okay, so now we have to what, give a name, address, then city, state, country, and so on, then complete the order. Now the problem is I didn't put my password in the SMTP configuration. So I have to go to the email setting and I have to put password here of my email address of this account. So I am giving the password in behind of you. So wait a second. Okay, now let's try again. Add to cart, continue shopping, add to cart, then let's try checkout. Okay, so if you don't put anything, you can see there is some error. So you have to give a name, address, I'm just putting some I mean dummy address. This is not valid, but you have to have your own address. Now if I put the complete order, if the everything is okay, then it will send an email to my email address. So oops, as you can see, thanks for placing your order as soon as possible. So now go to the checkout. There is no item anymore. I mean your card is now clear. Okay, so what is going on in the code? Basically, whenever you click the checkout, then I mean it first check the model state is valid or not. Then if it is valid, then it will process the order, then it will clear the card, and finally it will display the completed view. So I have a completed view here. I just created, which is whatever you want, you can put it in the completed view. So this is the thing. So whenever it will be completed, I mean the process is completed, then finally it will clear the card, and then it will view the completed view. That's it. So this is not a simple thing. For beginners it is, I think it will be difficult for you. If you think it is difficult for you, I recommend you to skip this module and you can continue the next modules. So after sometimes you can look at this module and you can learn all these things. In this tutorial basically I skipped some coding because it is taking too long time to code all the coding, but I will post the whole project in the website. So I'll give you the URL after completing the whole project, so you can practice the code through the source code as well. In this module basically I completed the shopping cart application. In the next module I'm going to discuss about how to make your application for mobile. So see you soon. Till then, bye.